a chief judge in a Georgia town decided to physically attack a handcuffed defendant in his courtroom. I kid you not. Let me show you a screenshot from the video we were able to retrieve. That is the judge. That is a shackled defendant that he just gave bond to. And he decided to attack, physically assault this defendant in his courtroom. Now, here's the irony beyond that irony. The DA has refused to press charges. The GBI, Georgia Bureau of Investigations, they are the ones who released the video after charges were not filed. And this guy, put up the picture again. This chief judge, the chief magistrate judge of that county, still currently serves. And this happened in 2018. Video just got released. That's why we're talking about it. A county chief magistrate judge from Middle Georgia is facing possible expulsion, not criminal charges, just a revocation of his judicial office from the bench because of an incident captured on security video showing him physically attacking a defendant. Let me give you some more background to this. There's a Channel 2 reporter, which is a local news agency in Atlanta. Channel 2 reporter Richard Belcher used the state open records law to get the video from the GBI, Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which investigated the incident that took place in December of 2018. This is in the county seat of Crawford. The district attorney, which is a district attorney. It's a little different in Georgia. For that area, this DA oversees multiple counties. The DA for that part of the state, a little west of Macon, has decided not to pursue criminal charges against Judge Carrie Hayes, the chief magistrate judge of that area. But the state's judicial watchdog group, JQC, Judicial Qualifications Commission, they have filed formal charges against Hayes. Here's the reality, the JQC cannot lock you up, okay? These formal charges are not criminal charges. The judge has the ability to appeal the JQC, okay? This story gets deeper. A security camera, this video astonished Marietta attorney Robert Ingram. Here's why Robert Ingram is important. Attorney Ingram served 8 years on the JQC, the oversight group for judges, and was chairman for 2 of those 8 years. He said, and I quote, "This kind of conduct may occur in China and Russia, but I've never heard of it occurring in Georgia," he told Belcher, the reporter. There's a video, and when you have a video that documents what occurred, I mean, there's no question it's a violation of the Code of Judicial Conduct. Now, I want to bring your attention to something. You see, he's still protecting this chief judge. As an attorney, he says, well, I've never seen anything like this. Maybe China, maybe Russia, but this is a violation of Judicial Code of Conduct. First of all, we don't need you to tell us that. We are well aware that this is obviously a violation of a conduct code, okay? The issue is you all are not willing to say what it is. Call a thing a thing. It is criminal. It is assault. It is against the law. The judge should have been arrested on the spot. They've been investigating since 2018 and nothing has happened to him. He didn't even lose his job. Do you realize that at your place of employment, I don't care where you work, you could work at Wendy's, you could work at some corporate 500 company. If you would have physically assaulted someone like this judge did, you would lose your job. So you mean to tell me that virtually every other job in the United States of America has a higher standard of accountability for behavior than being a chief judge of this particular county? Let me give you more background. So this former chair of the watchdog organization, Judicial Qualifications Commission, said, in almost 40 years, I have never seen or heard of a judge leaving the bench to physically engage a litigant or an inmate. In this case, the person was both. But that's what happened when inmate Brian Keith Davis went before Judge Hayes. Now here's what's ironic, the guy actually got a good deal. The guy who got assaulted by the judge got a decent deal from the judge based on what he was in front of the judge for. It was a first appearance hearing. The bond was an issue for Davis, who was facing a felony, keep this in mind, a felony drug charge and 2 lesser charges. According to the GBI, Davis wanted to be released on his own recognizance, which means a signature bond. He wanted to get out based on a signature and not money. However, the judge set his bond at only $8,500. Felony drug charges, $8,500. Witnesses told the GBI Davis launched into a tirade of insults. Radio dispatcher Rachel Hollingshed told the GBI the judge barked at the handcuffed inmate. "What did you say, boy?" is what the judge said. "Come back here and say it again." I'm using my best redneck accent. I apologize if I missed the point here. Hollingshed said that's what the judge told Davis. I looked and the judge had inmate Davis face pressed against the outside of the window. The judge himself told the GBI, and I quote, this is what the radio dispatcher said. He put his hand on Davis's shoulder to turn Davis around. At that point, Davis told Hayes, "If you touch me one more time," this is the defendant telling the judge, "if you touch me one more time, I'm going to beat your Davis also told Hayes, the judge, "This is on video," and the judge replied, "I hope it is." So here's the thing. I kind of like the spunk of this alleged drug dealer. And let me tell you why. Self-defense is the first law of nature. You are shackled already. The judge who just set your bond, you may not agree with the bond, it is what it is, but the judge who set your bond comes out of the courtroom to physically attack you. You're damn right, do it again. I'm gonna, yep, that's what's gonna happen. No problem with that at all. I have no issue with what this particular individual said to the judge. The judge should face criminal charges, but once again, his privilege and his status has made him immune to even the conversation. Nobody is having a conversation about pressing criminal charges against the judge. The DA said it's a non-issue. GBI released video without a statement of pressing charges. He is still on the bench as we speak. I went to the website. He's still the chief judge, and he has multiple associate judges under him that he appoints to the bench. Attorney Dahl, now, I hope you tell me what this judge did was in fact criminal, not just a violation of some code, but criminal.
Yes, it's criminal. It's an assault. But it is also true that a lot of simple assaults like this, where there wasn't a weapon and the person wasn't injured, are not prosecuted. I mean, that's probably a lot of people have had a similar experience, or maybe they've wanted something like this to be prosecuted. But the fact is there's so many cases out there, a lot of assaults don't get brought. To me, the biggest problem, though, obviously, as you mentioned, the power imbalance and the fact that this was an inmate. He had zero representation. Where was his lawyer? Why didn't his lawyer at the time file a notice with the Judicial Commission to get him off the bench? And was his lawyer talking to the prosecutor and urging there to be filing? To me, it seems like it was obviously an abuse of power. He really should have gotten off the bench right away. And it's easy to do something to somebody who has no voice. And that's a problem in our system. Our public defenders are so overwhelmed. They have a hard time defending people. And I think that, to me, is the worst part about this story.
You bring up something very important, the inequity of power here, the lack of power balance. You have a chief judge who has your entire life in the palm of his hand, right? And not only is he adversarial to you outside of the judicial arena, he decides to physically attack you. Now you're involved in the justice system where that judge is still on the bench, that judge hires other judges, and that judge has influence with probably many of the judges, if not all of the judges in that circuit. And you are bound now by the decision of judges after one of their own has decided to physically attack you. It's insane. We're gonna continue to follow the story until the judge is properly charged.